Hello, everyone, and welcome to Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks and the House of Loud, a place where great teams go to die. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the UNLV Rebels, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Ducks will put total leather to crank us up. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Rebels
will take over.
didn't help matters out much there. And not only is this guy the energy and the engine of the offense, there's a certain charisma that he has that sort of elevates everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Reese. Just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing in him to lead this offense down the field towards scoring points. This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Harper. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
And the Rebels line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Boots, his first of the day away, was called on 4 times in the victory last week. He gets a block. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Ducks offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Second down coming up. They go to the ground. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football and easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic, and it's because of these fans.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Off play action. Good timing on the quick out. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back gets to give. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Handoff from the gun. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Looking to throw, it's Harper. Got out of trouble and throws. Fires to the big fella. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. Good job by the coverage team, and that's how we'll end the period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. quick strike complete.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The give to the left side. At the 40, there he goes. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, on that one, they decide to attack the left outside on the ground. And you see the speed by the ball carrier there. He's picking up a huge...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Oregon. Talk about a breakdown in coverage. That might be the easiest catch he'll have all day.
It doesn't get much easier than that, except the hardest part about this is the walk to the sidelines, because then you have to justify what happened, and the defensive coach is going to be just a smidge upset that you left that guy wide open in the end zone for the big play.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He'll try it again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Did you see how fast he got to the ball carrier to get that tackle for loss? Wow.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, a check down will be the last resort.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up the safety.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. The offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the
open runway ahead. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Trying to get to it. Hit as he throws. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Little touch pass to the receiver. Got enough space. Touchdown, Ducks! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any... Coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Harper. Pressure coming. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And that's a really good decision by the quarterback. Don't take the sack, throw the ball away. Now, listen, we can debate whether that was intentional grounding or not because he's still in the pocket. I'm not sure that that's not classified as grounding, but they didn't call it. So, you know what? Nice throwaway.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And the Rebels will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Now on the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. A strike downfield. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He wants to throw. Scrambling away. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Man, that used to just drive me nuts. I couldn't stand that. The quarterback drops back to pass, scrambles around. You got me chasing you all over the field, getting close to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Please stay in bounds. Let me get a little bit of a reward for all my running so I can just put some kind of hit on him. Nope. Steps out of bounds. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing.
Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon is trigger men. Not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll go to the ground. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. 2nd down coming up. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. It looks like you've had an enjoyable day there today in Eugene.
The Rebels will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Turns it on at midfield. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Finds the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on them.
Touchdown, Ducks! And the pummeling has started. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing, he's working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lets it fly. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
The QB had all day to throw the football. That's the good news. The bad news is he couldn't find anybody open and couldn't deliver the ball to him. So let's see if they can get some chemistry going with the wide receiver and quarterback.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. And you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Toss sweep to the right. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Using his feet. Runs through a tackle. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
To the ground with the back. Powers through the defender. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quick completion on the out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now, and they may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside, probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Touchdown, Oregon! And the beatdown has ensued. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
42 Spider. 4-2. The run to the left. Just gets it to the 28. Pickup of 1. Here on 3rd down, linebackers trying to create some confusion. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Looking to pass. It's Harper. They're trying to get to him. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. The Rebels decide to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Line gets set, 1st down. He'll ride his man on the option. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
This guy's been running hard all game long. In the 4th quarter now with that last run, he's now at 99 yards rushing. 1 more carry away from potentially reaching that 100-yard milestone that all running backs covet.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense. So
he'll take a shot. Touchdown, Ducks! And the punishment has been extended. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3-and-out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
It's 1st down from back at their own 24-yard line. He's going to pass. Finds his man down the middle.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route and get the ball in his hands. Let him do the rest.
After the 1st down completion, it's 2nd and short. To throw, it's Harper. Fires to the tight end. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And they get him again. This has not been the day we expected. This young man, we expect great things. Like, he is one of the better players in college football. You think he'd come out, put on a show, but this defense has had his number all game long.
That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Rebels will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the locker room.
At the 35, he's got room. Gives him the big stiff arm. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Across the 25. Touchdown, Oregon! And the route is on. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with a 40-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you can tell they were